As well as being an expert on money matters, did you know that Which also has a team of experts in various aspects of UK law? The Which Legal Advice Service gives its members access to this team, allowing them to get advice on a range of legal matters that impact consumers' everyday lives. And right now, you can join the Which Legal Advice Service and save 30% off the usual annual price. So whether it's a rental dispute, a last-minute holiday cancellation, or legal employment advice, Which can give you personalised one-to-one advice in a simple, convenient and affordable manner. Don't struggle in silence or suffer the stress of wading through endless streams of online information from unreliable sources. Join online and book your appointment to speak to one of our experts to get the advice and guidance you need, tailored to you. Plus, right now, you can join and get legal support from Which for a whole year for just £69.30, a saving of 30%. Just go to which.co.uk/legal advice to find out more, or click the link in the podcast show notes. This offer ends on the 31st of August, so don't miss out.
Hello and welcome to the Which Money Shorts podcast. I'm Lucia Ariano, host of the Which Money podcast, here to bring you a taste of some of the best money advice taken straight from the Which Money magazine. This week, we'll be looking at 5 of the most sophisticated fraud attempts we've come across this year that you need to watch out for. This article was originally written by Chiara Cavalieri. The darkest corners of the internet reveal how easily criminals can hijack legitimate tools and systems to make their scams increasingly hard to detect. Law enforcement, tech giants, and the financial industry are battling to outsmart scammers, but you can do your bit too, by staying alert to the latest threats. Many scams can be avoided by taking your time, as frauders often rely on victims being distracted or overwhelmed. Yet there is growing unease that we now live in a world where little can be trusted, from the caller ID on your phone to the email sitting in your inbox, or tempting adverts popping up on social media. The rise of artificial intelligence, AI, has sparked concerns about sophisticated deepfakes, where images and videos are digitally altered. For example, you can now create endless fictitious images of faces using websites such as thispersondoesnotexist.com. Other tools let you swap one face into the body of another or modulate voice files to mimic that of someone else. Thankfully, AI is used for good too, and if harnessed correctly, technology could revolutionise the prevention and detection of fraud. But collaboration is critical. Which is calling on the government to urge sectors to share fraud intelligence and prevent rogue users jumping across platforms to evade authorities. Raising public awareness of scams also plays an essential role. A chain is no stronger than its weakest link, after all. To help you spot and stop potential scams, we've gathered examples of the 5 most effective tactics we've seen so far in 2024, along with simple tips to stop scammers in their tracks. In March, Which sounded the alarm about criminals hacking into the accounts of Revolut customers to make unauthorised transfers, after we spoke to 3 victims who experienced these account takeover attacks just days apart. More victims came forward later, all of whom are experienced business owners. The victims were targeted in the first instance by phone calls in which the scammers impersonated Revolut staff to trick them into providing security codes required to complete the initial transfers. The scammers had also created a fake Revolut email address and webpage, and were even able to pass selfie security checks, a photo of the account holder in each case. Revolut offered no explanation as to how this was possible and said it could not share copies of these photos because they are not stored beyond the point of authentication. One victim had his account drained of £165,000 in just an hour, rendering his business on the brink of bankruptcy, while another lost more than £40,000 in 10 minutes. We advised them to refer their complaints to the Financial Ombudsman Service after Revolut refused to reimburse their losses. Revolut told us, "We are aware of a recent increase in advanced account takeover scam attempts across the industry. We are continuously strengthening our fraud controls to stay one step ahead of this trend, introducing further direct interventions and sharing educational materials with our customers so they are able to spot the social engineering tactics of criminals. To stay safe, never share your password, PIN or security codes with anyone else, even if they claim to be from your bank or another trusted organisation. Get the most up-to-date security software installed on your phone and computer, such as antivirus, to help protect against malware and phishing." Now, weak hotel email and booking systems are being targeted by hackers to send customers authentic-looking messages. Once they've gained access to the systems of participating hotels and B&Bs, scammers are armed with the contact and booking details of individual guests, enabling them to send fake emails, texts, or WhatsApp messages. The most dangerous ones are those in the secure internal messaging platforms of genuine holiday sites. We're particularly worried about Booking.com scams, which seem to be on the rise. In the first 3 months of 2024, we received twice as many reports as we did in the whole of 2023. Typically, you get a message from your chosen hotel via the Booking.com app, claiming there has been a problem with your payment, before asking you to verify or update your card details on phishing sites designed to look exactly like Booking.com. One victim told us, "I received a message telling me that my card had been declined for a hotel booking I had made 3 weeks before. We were on a 2-month rail trip around Europe. It gave me a link to re-enter the details. Because the message came up as a Booking.com message, and because the page asking for my credit card details looked realistic, right down to the standard Booking.com anxiety-inducing messages to pay now or lose the booking, I entered my card details. The site then said the card had failed and I should pay at the hotel. I messaged the hotel who told me I'd been scammed. I blocked my card and messaged Booking.com twice. I was promised a reply in 24 hours but didn't hear back for days." Booking.com explained to Which that some of its accommodation partners are targeted by phishing emails that lead to malware on their machines. These give unauthorised access to their Booking.com account, thus enabling fraudsters to pose as the accommodation and communicate with guests via email or messages. Remember, requests to pay outside any trusted holiday booking system are a red flag. Be wary of links in emails, texts, or other messages purporting to be from the accommodation provider you've booked with. Check web addresses carefully too. Cloned sites may look very similar to genuine ones, but the address won't be identical. Ideally, pay with a card to ensure you benefit from payment protection if something goes wrong. We've heard from lots of people in the past year who have discovered unwanted recurring payments being taken from their bank account. Some victims were paying as much as £50 a month to companies they had never heard of, then struggling to get a refund from card providers as payments seemed to be authorised. So how do scammers do it? One tactic is to hijack QR codes, those black and white squares that direct you to a website. This can be done by placing fake QR code stickers over genuine ones in car parks, hotels, and restaurants. Malicious QR code scanner apps can also direct users to scam advertising. Another ploy is to pay advertising platforms to target victims at scale. Which has reported dozens of advertisers claiming to be genuine parking apps such as Just Park, Ringo, and Pay by Phone, using stolen logos on Google and Bing. So when you next use a search engine, beware of those adverts, often at the top of results. They may have been created by a scammer. Platforms do take steps to remove malicious content, but we've found repeat offenders even though Google said it had taken action. In February, Which broke the news that a verified advertiser, one that supposedly had been vetted, had launched a bogus ad campaign imitating Leica Mobile. Google told us protecting users is our priority, and we have strict ad policies that govern the types of ads and advertisers we allow on our platforms. We enforce our policies vigorously, and if we find ads that are in violation, we remove them. We continue to invest in significant resources to stop bad actors, and we are constantly evaluating and updating our policies and improving our technology to keep users safe. So only download apps from the official Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Read reviews before you download. Beware of adverts on search engines, as these may have been taken out by scammers. Pay close attention to the web address an advert or QR code directs you to. Don't use a QR code scanner app, as it increases the risk of downloading malware. Phones have a scanner in the camera app, so use that instead. Threatening calls and poorly written messages claiming to be from your broadband, telephone provider or mobile network are often easily dismissed, but perfectly timed impersonation scams are much more likely to slip through. You may be told you are owed new equipment or refunds to fix non-existent connection issues, or enticed with offers to upgrade your package, reduce your bills, or claim loyalty deals exclusive to long-term customers. Luck can play a part, as you may be having genuine issues at the time they contact you, or they may have obtained information about you through nefarious means, such as hacking into your emails. Relevant newsworthy events such as the O2 and Virgin Media merger can also give lies the ring of truth. One victim told us that they received a call from someone claiming to work for BT who knew his broadband contract was due to expire and requested his account details. Another victim said a Sky employee called to say they had booked an engineer due to a problem with their Wi-Fi, which had indeed been playing up. He checked the speeds via the computer, said it was slow, and that we were owed a refund as we'd been paying for a Wi-Fi boost for over a year. He said the refund would be processed via an external app. As we had received a genuine call from Sky the day before, it all seemed above board. They took £250 as gift cards from my credit card. It could have been a lot worse. The latest industry data shows that while 3/4 of fraud cases originate from online sources, scam phone calls and texts account for nearly half of all losses. A particularly nasty trick is to ask you to share your screen by downloading remote access software such as AnyDesk, Remote PC, and TeamViewer. These tools are used by legitimate IT support professionals, but criminals misuse them to steal sensitive information or access your email and financial accounts. Don't be fooled if a caller appears to know a lot about you already. They may have gleaned this information from your social media profiles, bought leaked data from underground marketplaces, or hacked into vulnerable systems to steal sensitive data. Never download software or visit websites following unsolicited contact. Contact the relevant company using a trusted method to confirm that the call or message is genuine. Now, investment scammers stole around £13 million a week from 100,000 victims between 2020 and 2023, according to data from Action Fraud obtained by the Pensions Management Institute. More victims came forward in 2023 than any other year, although the true figure is likely to be far higher as many others stay silent. Which regularly comes across cleverly toned websites or regulated companies that make eye-catching claims about high returns with low risk. Misleading profiles on Companies House and LinkedIn can also add an air of legitimacy. Tech giants are under huge pressure to stop investment fraudsters flourishing on social media. Action Fraud data shows that users of Instagram and Facebook, both owned by Meta, reported the most investment scams in 2022, while TikTok and LinkedIn were associated with the highest losses per victim, which has repeatedly flagged scam investments advertised on Facebook, including UK income bonds, currently operating as British property bonds. It has been on the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, warning list since September 2020, and we asked Facebook to remove its adverts in December 2021, but they keep cropping up, including one as recently as April 2024. Meta told Which that it had removed the ad and associated account. All financial services advertisers now have to be authorised by the FCA to advertise to UK users. Victims can also be retargeted by recovery scammers claiming to be from legal firms, auditors, or regulators, promising to help recover their losses for an upfront fee. Always ignore unexpected offers that come to you via a cold call, online advert, or in the post. They are likely to be either very high risk or an outright scam. Before investing, check the FCA website to see if you're dealing with an authorised firm. Also, check the FCA's warning list. Avoid entering contact details on unknown sites, particularly those advertising on search engines and social media, as you risk being targeted with more scams. So, where to get help after a scam? Reporting your experience will help others to stay safe. If you fall for a scam, report this to your bank or payment provider in the first instance to secure your accounts. Your bank may ask for a crime reference number. Action Fraud is the official fraud and cybercrime reporting centre for England, Wales and Northern Ireland. If you live in Scotland, you can report a scam directly to the police by calling 101. You can also tell Which about scams using our Sharer tool. We use these reports to help inform our research and policy work. Being scammed can take a huge toll on your mental health, so be sure that you seek support from a confidential support line such as Mind Infoline or Victim Support. Thank you to Chiara Cavalieri for that original article, first published in Which Money magazine's July edition. If you want to subscribe and get the magazine delivered directly to your door, click the link in the description of today's show. For even more expert money advice, subscribe to our free newsletter and remember to tune in to our weekly money podcast with new episodes every Friday. This episode was produced and edited by Romana Yassin. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Are you thinking about the future and how to protect your loved ones? Creating a will is one of the most important steps you can take to ensure your wishes are carried out and your family is taken care of. That's why we're excited to tell you about a very special offer from Which Wills. Which Wills offers a straightforward, affordable and trusted service for writing your will. Whether you need a simple will or something more complex, our expert team is here to help you every step of the way. With Which Wills, you get access to legal professionals who can answer your questions on a one-to-one basis, customizable options to suit your specific needs and circumstances, and peace of mind knowing that your will is legally sound and your wishes will be respected. You can start the process from the comfort of your own home. Just visit whichwills.which.co.uk/premium-30 to get started. That's whichwills.which.co.uk/premium-30. And if you purchase before the 30th of September, you will get 30% off Which's premium will service. Don't put it off any longer. Secure your family's future today.